Is mankind alone in the universe, or are there other intelligent beings who are looking up into the sky and asking the same question? Are there civilizations much more advanced than ours? Civilizations which have developed interstellar communication or have established their networks throughout the galaxy? A few decades ago, such questions were nothing more than a part of science fiction. But today, these questions have actually entered into the realm of experimental science. Today, these questions are both fundamental and universal. In this video, I'm not simply going to fascinate you by telling about some silly stories of UFO sightings, but today I'm literally seriously going to discuss the possibility of extraterrestrial intelligence. Though it is difficult for me to be serious during my videos. We'll try to answer some very important questions like, are we alone in the universe? Or if aliens do really exist, then why haven't we found them yet? Or why haven't they reached us yet? What would it be like if one day we actually encounter them? Or what would be their motive behind making contact with us? And finally, what are we doing to make contact with them? So let's go. Stargazers, I am Khushi and you are watching Space Girl. So let's first begin with understanding what is ET. Extraterrestrial. It is a kind of life form found beyond our planet Earth, and it could be anything like a microbial life or organism having tentacles like octopus or maybe little green men. But today we are not going to talk about a microbial life. We are going to discuss about extraterrestrial intelligence. Organisms which are at least as smart as us and maybe more. Because only such a civilization would be able to tell us through their signals that they are there. But even still before that, we need to ask a question. What is the likelihood of even the existence of a life form beyond Earth throughout our galaxy? We need to understand that we are not special. The universe is not finely tuned for just the existence of humans. The idea of existence of extraterrestrial intelligence is based on the so-called principle of mediocrity, widely believed by astronomers since the work of Copernicus. This principle says that the properties and evolution of the universe is not unusual in any important way. This means that the properties that led to life on Earth and eventually to thinking beings could have happened anywhere in the cosmos. In fact, astronomers have found several rocky planets just like Earth which are at the right distance from their sun to have oceans and atmosphere, which is important for the existence of life. But then the question is that if aliens do really exist, then why haven't we found them yet? Well, we have some explanations for this. The first reason is pretty obvious. Space is huge. Milky Way alone is 100,000 light years across, which means even light would take 100,000 years to travel from one end of Milky Way to the other. Stars are separated by very large distances. Even the nearest star from our sun is 4.2 light years away from us. Suppose a civilization 10,000 light years away from us sends a signal towards the Earth. So the signal would take 10,000 years to reach us. Maybe aliens have already sent their signals, but it hasn't reached us yet. Okay, talking of the second reason, I must admit that we haven't been looking for long enough and far enough. 80 years, that's the amount of time for which radio telescopes have been out for detecting signals. And we have been actively searching for aliens for about 60 years. And believe me, that's not at all long. In fact, we haven't been listening to signals from far enough. After all, our galaxy is so huge and our universe is even bigger. There are tons of regions to listen to alien signals. But if we are not listening precisely to the direction from which it is actually originating, we might never find them. Another possibility could be that alien technology is too advanced for us to understand. So while we are looking out in the sky for radio signals, it is possible that these societies might have developed some advanced communication technologies like neutrino signals. which we cannot detect due to lack of appropriate technology. Now, of course, listening to signals just isn't easy, but then you'd say, why aren't we sending our own signals instead of just listening to them? So yes, we are actually doing that. We've been sending signals for a while now, but the same problem occurs again. The distances are so huge that even if we send a signal to a planet that has intelligent life, the signal will take hundreds of years to reach. Now suppose they actually detect our signal one day, then they would definitely want to reply. The reply would again take a lot of years to reach us. One more plausible reason could be that the universe isn't finely tuned for alien life to exist. Maybe we are alone. Or maybe we are the only intelligent life in the universe. Other planets might have a life, but they just might not be intelligent. Suppose somewhere in the other part of the galaxy there is a planet which has organisms like fishes, which are already swimming under the oceans. Would you ever be able to find out that they are there? Of course not. Okay, the next question I was supposed to take was what would happen if one day we are actually visited by ET? Suppose tomorrow we are visited by ET, then one thing is for sure, that if they have traveled such a long distance and have reached us, they might be far more advanced and powerful than we are. They might be very aggressive and would have come here to colonize us or maybe even enslave us. It is also possible that they might have come here just out of curiosity to explore new life forms, just like us. So in that case, we can expect them to be friendly and peaceful. Or maybe they just don't care about us. All they want is the planet and they can just simply wipe us out for this. You never know, it could be anything. But the day they actually visit us, the impact would be very serious, whether good or bad. Imagine how would that be like. We would no more be called Indians or Americans or Chinese. In the eyes of aliens, we all would be just earthlings. And of course, in order to tackle them, all the countries will have to unite and work together. They might harm us, they might not. They can do anything they want. After all, they are way more developed than we can ever imagine of a species to be. And so no wonder they would have created very high-tech weapons to kill us. Well, some experts also say that even if they didn't intend to harm us, the microbial life or bacteria sort of thing, whatever they would be carrying, can infect us seriously. And if the immune system of human body could not stand the impact, even the extraterrestrial microbes would be enough to wipe out humanity. This is actually pretty easy to understand. If coronavirus has had such a great impact on us, then imagine what an alien microbe would do. Hey wait, what if coronavirus is an alien microbe and has been sent by an alien civilization to kill us? Just kidding. Well, personally, I am curious enough for an alien encounter, but from a safe distance. I don't want to be killed by their weapons or get infected by them. And the final question, what are we doing to make contact with them? Okay, how can I not include SETI while I'm talking about humanity's contribution to finding extraterrestrial? SETI, Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, is an institute located in California which is dedicated completely in searching for extraterrestrial intelligence. It was founded in 1984 by Jill Tarter and Carl Sagan. So basically, it's a not-for-profit research organization whose mission is to explore, understand, and explain the importance, origin, and nature of life in the universe. The people over there use very large-sized radio telescopes and optical telescopes to search for life beyond. They send radio signals and also listen to radio signals coming from various parts of the galaxy. Various other associations and space agencies have been actively searching for exoplanets which are habitable and good for life existence. They study the composition of atmosphere of these planets to find out whether they are suitable for organisms like us to exist. If they find that the atmosphere of an exoplanet is polluted, it might suggest the existence of life. They have also been searching for some techno-signatures, stuff like some mega structures built by some advanced aliens, like Dyson Sphere. Well, the search goes on and we won't stop until we find something. And it would be great if some of you watching this video could contribute. You could definitely be the first person to find ET. Well, I do think that we will find ET sometime in the future, and the day we actually encounter them would be the biggest day in the history of humanity, and it would broadly affect our understanding of this universe. So, I would end by quoting Arthur C. Clarke. Two possibilities exist. Either we are alone or we are not. Both are equally terrifying. Okay then, until we meet again, keep stargazing.